Siete pronti?
Sì, sono pronta, però siamo pronta, però vedermi bene quando faccio così. Ok,
certo.
benissimo. Okay, so hello everybody. I'm Helia here, speaking in a new program. Actually, this is our third, so it's pretty much yet still new. The Bluehead, as you remember, and I'm here. I'm having my new friend here, Samantha.
Hi everybody.
So hope you all have had a great day. Today, as you've heard from our clip, we have prepared something really special for you. So
Yeah. Today we are here to talk about a director and a screenwriter who has a respectable place in movie business and a special place among Iranians. Yeah, you heard me correctly. We want to talk about an Iranian director today who has won 2 Oscars, 1 Golden Globe until now, and the prize for Best Screenplay at Cannes Film Festival.
some refer to him as the Hitchcock of everyday life or a Hitchcock of morality. So it's pretty much awesome. So yeah, you heard us correctly and you guessed probably correctly. We are about to talk none other than Asghar Farhadi. So, as we were talking, we are here to talk about Asghar Farhadi, and my friend Samantha wants to tell you about his biography.
Yes, hi again. I want to talk about Farhadi's biography. Okay, let's go. Born in 1972, he is an Iranian director and screenwriter. Born in a small city in Isfahan province in Iran. Graduates with a bachelor in dramatic arts and master in stage direction from University of Tehran. He started his career by making 8mm and 16mm short films and then moved to writing screenplays and plays for the national TV of Iran. After that, he directed a TV series named A Tale of a City and then co-wrote the screenplay for Ibrahim Hatamikia's project Low Heights. It's Low Heights, yes. His first directorial debut, Dancing in the Dust. 2003 is pretty much like the TV series he directed, A Tale of a City. It's a beautiful combination of romanticism and emotional elements in a primary look on relationship and dynamics in between people and society.
So, speaking of him, his next project as director and writer is The Beautiful City, made in 2004. The story, inspired by the society itself and love between the layers of disadvantage and ruthlessness of the community, showcases the last days of Akbar's life while he is expecting his execution in prison for young criminals, which are normally for criminals who are under 18 years old. And again, it's another actually love story that puts some fragile smile slightly one on your face. These 2 first movies actually are pretty interesting because when you watch them, they are pretty much different from Farhadi's other works. So I personally find them quite interesting because it's not that twisted. You can't find that much twists and turns in it, and it's more than you can find the young Farhadi behind that camera, and which is but it's more of a love story. So it's beautiful and poetic.
Okay, everybody, we are continuing the Farhadi's filmography. Farhad, Asghar Farhadi's.
Yes.
Yeah. His next work, returning as director and writer in 2006 in Fireworks Wednesday. The move has a pretty much repetitive yet a bitter truth plot, betrayal, and trying to live with it. The next is Can-An, 2007, as he returns as the writer, a movie full of sequences starting from the simplest moments of everyday life. Climbs to its highest climbs, yes, to its heights, and then falls deep into cliches. With its beautiful mise-en-scène and delightful soundtrack, it stands out as not a very bad movie, but actually as a pretty good of in Iran's history of cinema.
Yeah, I have you watched it? Because it's beautiful, in my opinion. I found the soundtrack actually astonishing, so I loved it a lot. So, returning in 2008 as just the writer for Tambourine, which in Farsi we call it Daire Zangi. So, anyways, it's his wife's Parisa Bakhtavar directorial debut. So he literally wrote for his wife's movie. The movie, unlike any other Farhadi works, is actually a comedy. So it's pretty odd for him, because if you follow his work, you don't see much of comedy stuff in his projects. So, but when you go deep enough in it, you can obviously find Farhadi's realism in its basic tone. The movie was well received by critics and audience, and it pretty much did really well at the Iran's box office. Okay, we were just speaking about Asghar Farhadi. If you have just tuned in, you are hearing Out of Cast, the brand new show on Roma Tre Radio. You can follow Roma Tre Radio on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and you can hear us live on the website. So, please tell me, Samantha.
Okay, continue. I want to talk about Ellie. This film, for me, actually, for me personally, is the first Farhadi's movie which I've watched. In one of these interviews, he stated that he's not inspired. Inspired, yes. Yeah. Thank you, Elia. Inspired by Hitchcock, but is affected by the elements of suspense in his movie, and uses them in his stories alongside more realistic tone and characters.
Yes, it's actually one of the stuff that he has mentioned too many times, I guess, because he insists that he doesn't make thriller movies and stuff. He really insists on making psychological drama and this stuff. So About Ellie, a movie made in 2009, is Farhadi's actually fourth work as a director, and it's an important mark on his career. Many critics think that this movie is Farhadi's most important work to date. Now, you ask me why? Because it was with this movie, not just he gained the attention of foreign critics, but also national critics as well. It was with this movie and his own special style of realism that he started the third wave of new wave in Iranian cinema. So it's pretty much, really important.
Yeah.
About Ali has a touching story with terrific performances. You have watched it. You know how everyone has done a great job. So, moving on, this movie won him the Silver Bear for Best Director at the 59th International Berlin Film Festival, and also Best Picture at the Tribeca Film Festival, where Robert De Niro actually complimented the film so much. He liked it very much.
Oh my God.
And also, film theorist and critic David Bordwell has called About Ellie a masterpiece.
What happened?
So, talking about one of the greatest Iranian directors of our generation, with actually many in other countries know him. And right now we are about to talk about A Separation, a great movie that made him so famous. So, tell me, Samantha.
Yeah, continue. His five film in which the showcases a fragment of a separation of a couple, which affects and damages another couple's life. This movie made Farhadi an international figure. It has a Hitchcock-type story with real people and real drama
Involved.
Involved.
They're
In
not
love.
so
Oh
much
my God.
in love, actually.
Yeah.
It's about a separation.
Drama, because it's drama. Including close hidden in the depths of the story. The structure of the story is a successful example of the combination of modern and classic elements in storytelling.
So,
Okay.
the movie, as I said, actually gained Farhadi a lot of attention, and I mean, it was awesome. It was like a bomb for him. A good one, not a bad one. It earned him a Golden Bear for Best Film in the 61st Berlin International Film Festival, becoming the first Iranian film to win that award. It's a huge deal for us. It also won the Golden Globe for the Best Foreign Language Film. The film was also the official Iranian submission for the Best Foreign Language Film at the 2012 Academy Award, where, apart from getting nominated for Best Foreign Movie, it also got nominated for Best Screenplay. But it actually didn't won for the best screenplay. It was for best original screenplay, with which eventually Woody Allen, I think, won, and he stated even after receiving his prize that he found A Separation the true winner of this. So yeah, it was huge, really huge, and this marked Farhadi as the first Iranian to have won an Academy Award in any of the competitive categories. A Separation also won the César Award for Best Foreign Film and the Independent Spirit Award, which is actually for independent movies and not big Hollywood stuff, award for Best International Film that year. Also,
It's important.
Yes, it's important for foreign movies
Okay.
and independent movies. It's really important. Roger Ebert, a huge movie critic, which we lost him 2013, also stated that year that A Separation is actually the best movie of 2011.
See,
All right, we are at the year 2013 when Asghar Farhadi made The Past. The story is about an Iranian man going back to France in order to get divorced from his French wife, played by Bernice Bejo. As soon as he arrives, he finds out that his wife's dating someone else and is in fact carrying the other man's baby. Meanwhile, his wife asks him to solve a problem she has with her teenage daughter. So it's a family issue here, and we're asking an Iranian guy to solve it. Anyways, moving on. The daughter is actually from a previous marriage. So when the wife is actually dating someone else, it's actually his third guy. Anyways, moving on. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. This movie was Farhadi's first experience outside Iran with foreign cast and crew. The story is a complicated drama with almost perfect and wise performances. It contains a lot of twists and turns and also huge revelations and suspense. So tell me, Samantha, what else do you know?
Okay, actually, I think there was a little lack of drama in this film.
Yeah, I agree.
Most of it was for running away with censorship in Iran. And it's kind of weird when you see the French cast acting like they are a one-off TV show in Iran national television.
Yeah, obviously,
Yeah.
because of their type of clothing were so, you know,
Yeah, I know.
it was because he wanted the movie to be released also in Iran, so it had to be
Yeah, I
some stuff.
Okay, the movie is starring Prince Beju and Taher Rahim competed, yes, for the Palme d'Or at the 2013 Cannes Film Festival. Beju won the Best Actors Award at Cannes for her performance in the film. It also was nominated Golden Globe for Best Foreign Movie.
Era un po' troppo presto, penso.
Perché tanto hanno un piccolo intro, vedi qua, a 5 secondi
Ah,
di musica senza parole, quindi voi potete giocare con...
quello prossimo? O no?
Sì, quella prossima. Quando fa il
Ok,
Ramone,
e alla fine c'era 5 secondi. Ok, benissimo.
Cioè, prima che inizi la canzone tu hai 5 secondi, quindi io l'ho già mandata, ma tu puoi parlare.
Ok, ok.
Siamo al 7 o al 6?
Siamo al 7.
Aspetta.
Potete anche parlare di più, perché tanto avete fatto solo mezz'ora.
Sì, parliamo perché dopo di questi
ok, questo è enorme,
ci sono
ok.
tante
Allora,
da parlare. Sì, sì, sì. Welcome back, everybody. You're listening to Out of Cast, and we are here talking about Asghar Farhadi, the great Iranian director.
Yes, and next film, Farhadi's, is The Salesman in 2016. The plot is about a couple who is both actors and is having a show on a stage, which in the death of the salesman by Arthur Miller. The strongest point of this movie is obviously the perfectly structured script like other Farhadi's works. The story also points out the greatness of human being against the cruelty of mankind.
Cruelty of mankind.
Yes, mankind. His 2060 film, The Salesman, competed for the Palme d'Or at the 2016 Cannes Film Festival. The Salesman won 2 awards. Best Actor for Shahab Hosseini, I love him because I know him, and Best Screenplay for Farhadi. And interesting fact about this Oscar is that Sony Pictures claimed that this is a political award because they had another film in competition.
Competition?
Yes, competition, Tony Erdmann, and they've been accepted to win the Oscar. But funny thing is that Sony Pictures was a producer of Separation, and they cooperated with Farhadi before, and they won Oscar with him. Also, that time another film companies were saying the same thing about Separation. So it seems like if you win Oscar, the same story happiness.
Again and again.
Yes, but in fact it's the USA. Of course, everything is a little political there.
Yeah, we've heard many stuff about Oscars. I mean, many controversial stuff. So yeah, it's pretty obvious, I think. So on 26 February 2017, he won his second Oscar. Great pleasure. Good for him. For Best Foreign Film for The Salesman at the 89th Academy Awards. The Salesman had already won the award for the Best Screenplay at the Cannes Film Festival following So, this is really political and
Yeah.
awesome stuff. Following Donald Trump's executive order
Ah.
barring Iranians from entering the country, Farhadi said he would not attend at the 2017 Academy Awards, despite being nominated and then winning for the best foreign language film. He then has announced two prominent Iranian Americans, Anousheh Ansari and Firuz Naderi, to representing him in the ceremony. Anousheh Ansari is famed for being the first female space tourist and first Iranian in space, and Naderi as director of solar system exploration at NASA. A few hours before the ceremony, he addressed a group of protesters in London via a video link from Iran. The city screened the movie as a celebration of the city's diversity. All right, we were talking about Asghar Farhadi. So let me know, Samantha, please throw me some facts about him.
Okay, everybody knows. Everybody knows his latest film and second movie completely in foreign language with foreign cast and crew. Shot in Spain, the movie stars Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem. The film opened the 2018 Cannes Film Festival in competition and was in fact the second Spanish movie opening the festival, the first being Bad Education by Pedro Almodovar.
So the movie is actually a psychological thriller, or as Asghar Farhadi doesn't like thriller, so let's say drama. With Farhadi's every time signature difficulties in ethics in the clashes of life. It's so bizarre. No, it's not bizarre. It's so deep. Yeah. There is one thing to note here, and it's that Farhadi doesn't believe in his works as thriller, as I said before. In fact, what he always states is that he is telling an everyday life story in which at a certain point can go wrong, and contains a twist which anyone in his or her life could have, or anyone can face it. The attention on details on Spanish elements is one of the interesting things that make this movie more Spanish than the movies that are written or directed by a Spanish director. So
Okay, I continue. The story follows Laura, played by Penelope Cruz, a Spanish woman living in Buenos Aires, who returns with her children to her hometown outside Madrid for a wedding. However, the trip is upset by unexpected events that bring secrets into the open.
Interesting story, isn't it? I mean, I went to see the movie actually, but to be honest with you, I wasn't really surprised as many as other critics. Let me tell you, the film was received with rather positive or two mixed reviews from critics. On the website Rotten Tomatoes, the film holds an approval rating of 60% based on 48 reviews and an average rating of 6.2 out of 10. The critics' consensus says everybody knows it's somewhat less than the sum of its parts, despite the efforts of an outstanding cast and a disappointing step back for writer-director Asghar Farhadi. Ooh, not very good. On Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score of 68 out of 100, based on 16 critics, indicating generally favorable reviews. So I say I somehow agree with them because I've seen it. It's not as good as his past movies, in my personal opinion.
Questo è l'ultimo? No, ce n'è
Sì,
un
l'ultimo.
Sì, c'è. Sì, è
altro.
l'ultimo.
Ok. Finirete con 5 minuti in anticipo.
Ah, sì.
Vabbè.
Grazie.
Okay, I know. Perché ho fame anche. Sì.
We're just talking about Asghar Farhadi's career, filmography, and awards he's just won, and his latest film, everybody knows, which is right now in cinemas. So,
Okay. And the end, the last part, he uses this metaphor for the interpretations of his movies, that his stories are like an elephant in darkness. A Persian metaphor from Persian poet Maulana.
yes.
In darkness, anyone touches the elephant, yet each person thinks differently than the other. Now, the world is the same. We watch each of Farhadi's work, and each of us think differently about it and interpret it various ways. Now,
Sweet.
yeah.
Because actually his movies makes us think, don't you think? It really goes deep into your soul.
Okay, in one of his press conferences at Cannes, for everybody knows, he states that Hitchcock's works does not exactly fit into the thriller genre because they go deeper. If a thriller movie is good enough to watch more than once, actually, then it's not a thriller.
Pretty interesting statement, no?
No,
Why not?
I don't know.
Because I watched his interviews and press conferences, and as I watched them, I realized that he has some pretty stuff to say about movie industry and his theories. He has, of course, written many books about how to write a proper script. So, of course, that's why he has a Palme d'Or of Cannes Film Festival for the best screenwriting. So, of course, one of the pretty important thing that he said during this press conference that you just mentioned was that winning prizes for an artist can be as dangerous and poisonous as it can be a positive point in the artist's career. So you ask me why? Because when you start to win multiple awards as an artist, people and media will expect you to win more and will represent and know you as a hero, whereas you, of course, as an artist, want to explore more, and there's the probability of not winning. So there's always good and bad side about winning awards. How much do you agree with him? Because I can totally understand what he's talking about, because I myself I'm an artist, pretty much trying too hard, actually. But I don't know. Okay, so I think we're quite finished talking about Asghar Farhadi here.
Yeah.
We have done pretty good job, I guess, because we talked about his movies, his career, his brief life, biography. So everyone, let us know, how did we do? Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram. We have also Facebook, and we have also a YouTube channel which you can check out the videos of the program. And don't forget to listen to the podcast on Mixcloud website and stuff.
Spotify
Yeah, of course. So we will see you, hear you, whatever, next Wednesday on 3. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed.
I
Guys.
hope you enjoyed this our program. Until next time, bye.
Bye.